Hey guys, so I'm finally done with this bed, and if you haven't seen me build this bed, you can check out the video up there. But what I need to do next is I need to build this cabinet space area over here, and I want to make it so that there's room to move around. I don't want this back to be just a big bed and storage, and then you have to roll over and things like that. You know, there's a lot of builds where the bed is really big and there's a platform, but you can't really move around in it. You can only sleep in it, really. But so I don't want that. So let me show you what I have in mind. So the idea is that even when this is fully open, I want to still be able to move around in this area, and that's only and have cabinets, and that's only possible if I elevate the cabinet so that my legs can move in and out, but the cabinets are right here. And yes, it will be very compact. So what I need to do, let me make some space again. So in that case, what I'll need to do is I need to build around my power station over here, and this power station, worked out great. But I got this new inverter that ALFFAA, I think it's an acronym that's pronounced alpha, I'm not sure, but I did a video where I used this to power, to use my Maverick Hybrid as a power generator, and it worked really well. And the old inverter works fine too, but this one is a little bit shorter, and that's going to be very important for where I want to put this. All right, so recently I've been powering all my builds off of my inverters and this power pack and with the solar panels. I haven't been plugging into the house at all, which is great. So I want to use this guy, because this guy, if you look at it, you can see he's a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. So this guy I'm gonna put right there. Whereas this guy doesn't fit, this guy does. All right, so next thing that's very important for this space is for me to find a way for me to elevate my cabinets. Now, you can see I can't just drill cabinets to this plastic. That's not gonna work. What I made right here, and I'm using the existing cup holders, is basically a foundation. So I'll wedge it in there, and I'm gonna put the table right here, and I'm gonna drill into this as part of my foundation, and it's very sturdy. You can see I wedged it in real tight, able to screw it in. Let me show you what it looks like. Looks like that. So what I had to do is to taper it a little bit to make it fit, and lots of cuts and recuts to get it to fit in right. But so there, I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna build some walls that's really flush against the wall, and from there I'm going to build around the battery pack and the new inverter, and then start building up my cabinet. Here's a look at that inverter right on top of the battery. It fits perfectly. I'll leave a link on this inverter and this battery in the description for you. But now I'm going to build the cabinets basically to fit around these things so that I don't waste any space. It's going to be custom made, and it's going to be very flush. This side will be very flush so that there'll still be leg movement, room for leg movement, and then the cabinets will be up high. All right, so what seemed like an infinite amount of trial and error, cuts and recuts and measures and remeasures, I got it in, and it really tried my finite patience. But it's in, and I can move on. Remember this table that I got free? We're gonna cut it up and then put it right there, right across. All right, so I got the countertop up, and you can see it's mounted on to those wood blocks that I put in the cup holder, and over here it's mounted to this piece right here. So now I'm going to build up some more walls to make it a little bit more stable, and then build a box around my electrical stuff. Okay, so I made this enclosure for the microwave. I got a leg, and again, I have to do this angle because I want to be able to, I want as much room as I can to move my feet around. So I'm going to build exactly around this battery box, and then use this bottom space as storage. And then I'm going to build a little bit of a backstop too, over here so things don't just fall over. All right, I'm done for today. So I made this cover over here to cover up the battery, and there's another storage spot, cubby hole right there. So I don't want to give up any storage space at all. I could store stuff through there or bigger stuff around the side, and I still have that the storage right there that came with the car. Let's look in here. Here's the storage bin right on top of the battery, and the battery sits right here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. It looks like from the other side, you know, there's the microwave. It's not going anywhere. And here's the battery. It just slides out this way. It can't go in that way. The ports will go here, and I decided to put the inverter underneath the car seat right here. I think that spot will fit it perfectly. All right, if I planned it better, I would have cut this higher, but now I'm going to have to make a border around here so that things don't slide off while we're traveling. So this side may be a little bit higher, and then a little lip on this side. All right, so I got the borders up, so it'll act as a little tray area so things don't slide around. Well, if they do slide, they'll get stuck. All right, so next up, I want to be able to mount this thing to this hand holder thing, and I want to use this U-clamp, and that'll give it extra stability and force going that way. This will help hold it all back when you're braking and things like that. But I don't anticipate it being too bad. It's pretty strong as it is, but I'm just talking about an extreme situation where you know, you actually hit something. You know, it'll keep everything still intact. Wow, that wasn't good. When I was drilling out this whole thing fell out. Should be okay then. It's just not pretty. All right, so here's that U-clamp, and that's how that's gonna look. It sits out here just on the top a little bit, no problem. So that's extra stability on the top side, and on the bottom side, here's the old seat belt bolt, and I'm using that as a strap to hold this in. So if you know you're braking hard and there's a force that way, it should hold together nice and tight, no issues. So now that the mock-up is good, I have to take it all apart and paint it and then reassemble. All right, you guys know how much I hate waiting for paint to dry, but it's dry, and I put everything back, and this is the way it looks right now. And you can see, man, there's just plenty of room to move around, and plenty of room for mosquitoes too. Plenty of room to move around and do your thing, eat, or whatever it is. I got some future plans for this area right here, but not today. That's a different day, but let's take a look at it. All right, so this is the way my feet is. Plenty of room. I got my microwave. Got that storage container right there. Some storage here. Underneath, you still got that storage that came with the van. Up here is where I'm going to put the rice cooker and other assorted things right there. Here's a border so things don't shimmy around. I'll probably have a strap too to hold some of the bigger, bulkier items. So let's get the straps back in and the U-clamps. I got the straps and the U-clamp in, and the audio in this section of the video went out for some reason. I don't know. But I'm going to do a voiceover. But as you can see, there's plenty of room for my feet, and I can move around, and there's that angle that allows me to have that extra space. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if there's room for me to open up the bed with this space that I have and pull everything out. All right. All right, now can I slide down? I think I can. It's not great, but it's pretty darn good. So anyways, you can see with size 11 feet, I'm able to get in and out, sliding through, and I can get back here to my bathroom space, which I'm going to build soon. Don't worry, I'm going to build that soon. Got a few more modifications to this with a sink and things like that and some plumbing. But for now, this countertop is done and it's Miller time.